Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kendi Adegbite. This is Kenny's School of Law. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I urge you to do so. My guest today is Judge Funmi Asaolu. She is a senior lawyer who has been in practice for more than 3 decades. We call her judge because she's the presiding judge of the Justice Court. Justice Court is a reality TV show where different disputes are resolved amicably. I will allow her to talk much about that. So, Judge Funmi Asaolu, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Please, I don't know whether you want to tell us more about yourself and the Justice Court. Feel free to do so, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you just introduced me, and the Justice Court is an alternative dispute resolution TV show where we aim at decongesting the regular traditional court list, and at the same time, we try to make sure that people have access to justice in a speedy manner. They can resolve their dispute because the procedure is less acrimonious, and they've got opportunity to even partake in the proceedings, because there are times when you can tell the two litigants to negotiate in the open court and they reach an amicable resolution of their dispute. Also, at the same time, the Justice Court bring access to people that ordinarily might not even have the fund to secure the services of the lawyer. So that is it.
Okay, thank you, Ma. Okay, let me also ask this: what is the cost of bringing matters before the Justice Court?
We don't take money. We don't collect anything, nothing at all. Even though it's not an NGO, but we don't collect money. We have a website where people submit their cases. There's a form there that they will fill out. After filling the form, it goes straight to the legal team. They go through the files, and the cases submitted there. They reach out to the defendants. They ask for more evidence if there's need for it, and they shortlist these cases and pass them to the court. Okay,
good. You said there is a website where people submit their complaints, their matters, before their matters will come before your court. What is the address of this site so that people can easily access it?
www.thejusticecourt.com.
Okay, good. So that means even if somebody simply enters the Justice Court, maybe with Nigeria, it will take one to the website. It will be one of the results that will come up, and somebody can easily click on it and you get to the website, even if one cannot remember the URL of your website.
Yes, if you type the Justice Court, and we're on social media, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube. We upload all our cases on YouTube at Justice Court channel. So on YouTube, if you type Justice Court TV, you have access to all the cases that have been shown on TV. And we do attend to cases from outside Nigeria. Because cases are submitted online. So we conduct cases through online as well. By Zoom team, we do that. Some of them we've uploaded, we've shown on TV. So within and outside Nigeria, we attend to cases.
Okay, yes. I've watched some of your cases on YouTube. A lot of them, those that involve people owing themselves money, those that involve landlord and tenants, those that involve husband and wife. Maybe the husband is not taking care of their child, and so many cases like that. Now, are there matters that you don't take in your courts? Do you take only civil matters, or can you tell us more about matters people can bring to you? Because I know people have a lot of cases that they want to bring. Some they work, they work for some people and they are owing them salaries. They have not paid them. A lot of disputes. Some are dismissed from their place of work, either private or public. So tell us matters that can be brought and matters that you don't entertain.
The Justice Court is a small claim civil court. It's strictly civil court. Criminal cases are never and will not be attended to at the Justice Court. And at times we refer cases because we do have some cases that come before us, even though they have the tendency to be criminal in nature, usually over money, financial issues. They might take money for a purpose and use the money for something else entirely. Plaintiff, the complainant now decide to make it a civil case by bringing it to us and not to the police station. So in such a situation, we treat it as civil matter. But when the defendants start being very stubborn and we explain everything to them, if it's still not cooperating, then we refer the matter to the criminal court and the legal team follow up.
Okay, good. Then I heard you say something like your court, the Justice Court, is a small claim court. I think you said something like that. So when you said small claim courts, what do you mean? Do you mean that when people have cases, maybe of somebody owing them up to ₦1 million, ₦2 million, you don't entertain such ones? What is the limit to the cases you entertain in terms of where money is involved?
Okay, I've presided over a matter whereby I awarded a sum of 20 million naira against the defendant and he paid. So when I'm talking about small claim courts, I'm talking about the fact that you can't bring cases of 200 million, 300 million to the court, to us. And when it comes to matters that have to do with employment, it's the Federal High Court that actually have jurisdiction over it. But where the two parties opt to have it to be mediated upon at the Justice Court, we do intervene.
Okay, good. Now, you also said that people who want to bring matters to your court can go to your website. Now, we know that Nigeria, we don't have most Nigerians as educated. Most Nigerians are not educated. The population of uneducated Nigerians, I believe, is far more than those that are educated. So how easy do you think your court, how easily accessible will it be to masses of people who are not educated, who may not have that awareness or that skill of going to the website and type their story and do things like that? So how can those people bring their matters to your courts?
We've attended to such cases before because we have some episodes uploaded on YouTube whereby we have interpreters. We have to engage the services of interpreters at the country to translate for them. They could not even speak English at all. And we have phone numbers as well. Once you Google the Justice Court, not just Justice Court, the Justice Court, once you Google it, you have access to everything. We have phone numbers there, the phone numbers of the legal team, they are there. Even on YouTube, they are always written there. So such people, they call the legal team directly and they guide them on how to submit online, and they take it up from there.
So education, language are not barriers.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Not at
all. Okay.
Among the legal team, we have lawyers,
Oh, hello. I think there was an internet disconnect problem at a point, so I didn't hear you. When you, maybe you would like to repeat the last statement you said.
Okay, I mentioned the fact that language is not a barrier to submission of that the justice court, because among the legal team, we have lawyers of different tribes and that will speak different languages, different Nigerian languages.
Okay, good. Now, you have also said that the cases you have handled are accessible to members of the public on YouTube. They are shown on TV. Now, what about the issue of confidentiality? Some people want to bring their cases before your courts, but they don't want everybody to know about their problem, about their story. They want some privacy. So what do you do to that?
Some cases go to the traditional courts, because at the traditional courts, they will get what they want. At the regular courts, the privacy is there for them. They are not aired on TV. But in our own case, they signed for it. They signed to allow us to air their cases on TV.
Oh, okay.
We always have their consent, yes. We always have their consent to that.
Oh, okay, good. Now, do you allow lawyers to represent persons who have matters before your court? If I'm a defendant and I don't want to speak for myself, I want my lawyer to come and speak for me. Or I'm a plaintiff, I don't want to come and speak before you, because you are also a lawyer. You're a lawyer and an experienced lawyer for that matter. So I feel that I may not be able to speak to your satisfaction, to present my case to your satisfaction, even when I have a good case, but maybe my presentation, I don't have confidence in it. Can I hire a lawyer to come and speak for me, or a lawyer to come and defend me before you?
Okay, I'll answer that from two angles.
Okay.
The first angle is the fact that we have lawyers that submit cases. They refer cases to us. And when such cases are referred to us, we make them to understand that we would rather have the agents, we would rather have the complainants to show up. Because the whole essence of ADR is to run away from the intricacies of the regular law, to make it very simple, such that it's not difficult to get the parties to agree. It's a mediation process. So if you bring in lawyers, it will be complicating the issues. But when the complainant comes around and says exactly the way it is, and the defendant responds as well, so there's nothing that is being left out, because these are people that experience whatever they are narrating. So that way, usually then the court looks at because a lot of questions are usually asked by me as well. I'm always very patient with them, and I try to dig in as much as possible. But if the lawyer comes in, that means there are some questions I'll probably ask, and the lawyer will still need to go back to the client, that's the complainant or the defendant, to ask such questions. And that will even delay the process. Because right now, once your matter is mentioned at the justice court, it's just one appearance, unless the court requires for that document. So we've never had any case we handled for more than 2 sittings. Because what we do is to discourage cases being very long, staying long in court, as I said earlier on. So, but if a litigant decide to appoint, for instance, I'll give an example. I remember there was a tenancy matter we had before us. Even though the property is owned by the mother, but the daughter came around to represent the mother because the daughter actually lives in the same house with the tenant. So she came to represent the mother's interest, even though she still had a power of attorney from her mother that she brought to the court as well. Basically, people can appoint someone to represent them, but we believe it's always better when the complainant narrates the story by themselves.
So your platform is called the Justice Court. It's not actually a court, it's a mediation center. So you don't really entertain lawyers' arguments, submissions, and all that, as they do in regular courts.
No, it's an ADR court, alternative dispute resolution court, not the regular court, traditional court. And because it's ADR, the whole essence of ADR is to resolve disputes without all the intricacies of the regular courts. All about mediation, negotiation, arbitration, hybrid process, and a lot of others. It's just a matter of resolving disputes without going through the regular, traditional court procedure. So the essence of the courtroom is to settle disputes as fast as possible. Make it friendly. Usually people are scared to go to the regular courts. But we create an atmosphere where people can come in and feel at ease to obtain justice. And for them to come around and lay their complaints, and the defendant can equally answer to it at the same time. And at the end of the day, the court steps in to see how they can resolve their disputes and still maintain their friendship at the same time, which is not usually common with the regular traditional courts.
So you are called Judge Funmi Asaolu. You don't adjudicate. You apply ADR. You mediate. You negotiate to bring about amicable settlements. I think I'm right.
Yes, I judge over alternative resolution matters.
Because when people hear judge, they may begin to think it's another judge, high court judge.
The definition of a judge is very direct. If you look at the dictionary, the definition of a judge is there, whether ADR or traditional courts. The definition of judge is there. But what I do is what is done at the traditional courts, but on ADR matters. I'm a certified mediator, even trained with Lagos State, even with ODR, Europe trained as well. So I'm a certified mediator. Apart from being a lawyer, I'm certified to do what I'm doing. I have a license even for the online dispute resolution, which is what I do. When I was talking about resolving disputes online as well, I'm trained for that as well.
Okay, good. Now, your office is located, I'm talking about the location of the Justice Court. It's based in Lagos. Do you have plans to create venues in some other states of the Federation so that people in Oyo State, people in Kwara State, people in Ogun State, people in Ekiti State can also access those the courts close to them instead of coming to Lagos?
I told you they don't have to come to Lagos. We handle cases online. People attend cases in the courtroom from UK. We air them on TV. They don't travel outside UK. They have property in Nigeria. They bring their tenants to the courts and we put them on Zoom. They attend the court online and their matter is resolved. So you don't necessarily reside in Lagos or Nigeria to appear at the justice court.
So you can take cases from persons where the two sides are not in Lagos, where both of them will speak to you through Zoom.
Yes, we've handled that before as well.
Okay, good. Now, can you talk about some of the challenges that you have faced in handling the business of this court? You know, this is a court that was established last year, 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes, it's not last year. The Justice Court started airing. We started July 2019.
Okay.
But we started airing on TV from January 2020.
Oh, okay.
We've been presiding for over 2 years now.
So can you talk about some of the challenges that you have faced in the course of time?
In the course of what?
In the course of time, from when you started to date, some of the challenges.
Well, the first challenge we had was the fact that initially people saw it as make-up story, drama, fiction. It was not taken seriously before. But over time, people realized that there are real life cases and they discovered that the judgments are equally binding. So we've gained confidence of the public on that. Then we do get a lot of reports that they find it highly educative. But we've been on for a while now. We still have problem of having sponsorship for the program. Then secondly, because at times the court empowers litigants. When we discovered that some of the litigants, they find themselves in situations whereby, not due to their faults, but something they could not help, they are in a pitiable situation. The court comes in and gives them money. We assist them. So some along the line, some people have taken it to be an NGO.
A charity.
So I had a case where a tenant brought the landlord, a tenant that was owing the landlord rent, and the landlord had not even demanded for the money. And the tenant brought the landlord to the court, asking us to assist her to pay the landlord. So we do have that challenge as well. A lot of demand. I receive phone calls, people demanding for money, for upkeep for the children, for school fees. They actually think it's an NGO, which is not. So apart from that, I don't really see any other challenges with that. Just sponsorship and the misconception of it being an NGO. That's all.
Good. You said the decision of the Justice Court is binding. Now, yes, if you make a decision from the process that you adopt, and eventually after a party has agreed by what's your decision, but the party reneges after leaving the court or after some time, what can the court do in that regard to enforce compliance?
the defendant comes over, remember that they signed for it and it's binding already. Because we've had instance whereby the judgment was given and the other party defaulted. So the complainant came back and the legal team sat the defendant down and made him understand the implication, because the whole essence of the justice court is to congest the regular court. So if all cases are attended to at the regular court, I have to end up at the traditional court. There is no need for us to have the justice court in the first place. So we do enforce judgments. Usually what happens at times, they might beg for more time to make payments. And if it's criminal in nature, like I said earlier on, we just turn it to the criminal court. And the minute they know we're referring it there, they sit up and they make payments.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's nice speaking with you. I think you've really covered all the necessary issues that needs to be addressed so that more people will get to know about the justice courts, and that will also relieve courts all over the country of the overload, because we know that so many cases are pending in courts, which, given the procedure adopted in courts, many of these cases have not been attended to. And again, many people, for financial reasons, cannot even access the regular courts. So yours is an avenue accessible to the rich, to the poor, and the middle class, and where justice is dispensed within a reasonable time. And you said it's that in one sitting, in one appearance, you start a matter and you conclude it, unlike when a matter in regular courts can linger for years. So that is not the case in your court. Your avenue brings justice to the people very fast and at a very cheap cost, apart from the cost of transportation where necessary, or cost of data, if that is the mode they want to adopt. Then there is virtually no cost to a complainant or to the defendant to obtain justice before the court. So thank you so much. I don't know if you have any final words to say.
Yes, I'll seize this opportunity to say thank you to all viewers that come in worldwide to assist the litigants that appear at the justice court, sometimes to settle their debts, sometimes to empower them, giving them opportunity to pick up pieces of their life together. God will continue to replenish your pockets. And at the same time, I'll say thank you to all the viewers and our fans as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.